That's right back, Charlie. That's right.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like there's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like there's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
On my live, of course I'm live. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, I appreciate all of you lot being here, especially if you're like myself in the United Kingdom or operating out of even stupider o'clock. As usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Hope you're all having a blessed weekend off the back of a fantastic week, off the back of a fantastic start to 2023. Hopefully you and your loved ones listening are doing well and safe, man. And as the year goes by, hope you achieve whatever you need to achieve and stay in good health. Now, smash the like button. Please get your thoughts in. I'm sure without checking the comments at the moment, everyone and their dog's got an opinion on this latest. You know, quite frankly, Arsenal have been hoodwinked, been finessed, been bamboozled. And, you know, Modric, what I would say, you see, Modric, you better score 1 million goals every game. I'm on you. And I'm not normally the guy. I don't begrudge you for going Chelsea. If Arsenal don't agree to fee, as we've spoken about, if Arsenal don't agree to fee, I can't expect you to stay at Shakhtar. You made it clear from what they really that you want to keep it moving in the winter market. So I don't begrudge you. Chelsea, London aspect, you know, going to get a lot of money, 7-year deal on a lot of money. Chelsea want to put down the money that Shakhtar want, and we're not doing that, rightly or wrongly. It makes sense, really. They've won the Premier Champions League more recently than us, or in our case, we've never won the champs. They're at a transitional period. They're signing young, exciting players. Graham Potter is a good manager. Hopefully, he doesn't get it right, but he is. It makes full sense to sign him. It makes full sense for you to sign for Chelsea. But you see, first thing, that TikTok, we're on you for that now. Second of all, on top of that, all the talking you did about Arsenal, boy, there's no love in these streets. You better score 1 million goals a game, and 1 minute we're gonna get João Felix and Mudric, and then that is going on right now. Hopefully, you know, Eddie, you're gonna need to have a contingency plan. You're gonna need to have something in place. Smash the like button, people. You're gonna need something, because banter aside, you miss out on Modric. All right, it's a kick in the teeth, but get on with it. There's 1 million players out there. Find someone that's good for Arsenal. Last year, a big part as to our season going left or right, good or bad, depending on how you look at it, was in January of what we did or did not do, rightly or wrongly, because they are very unique cases. We need a better bench. You know, Mudric's not happening. Bring someone else in. Smith Rowe's just getting back to full fitness. Gabby Jesus is out. You know, Reece Nelson is out. You're hoping no one else is out. Just going to have to get on with it. Mikel Arteta has spoken about maximising the market and maximising the window, and he's firmly said it's a job for Edu and co. Because the critics will sit there and say with Edu, it's another one of the Raphinhas, the Pedro Netos, to a degree, the Douglas Luiz, projected transfers, long kind of documented. It hasn't quite got out and open and over the line. Obviously, it looks like Chelsea have just messed up the base, really. It looked like Chelsea moved away. The guy wanted to sign for Arsenal. We're getting it done. They said, we'll give you the money. I can't begrudge Shakhtar. Shakhtar want top money. He's played 44 times, people. He's played 44 times for Shakhtar. You know, simple as that. 44 times sold for 100 million euros if everything's hit. That's fantastic business from Shakhtar, especially off the back of obviously what's been affecting Ukraine and obviously Russia and the financial impact that's had on Ukrainian football, because they've not been able to play games at points, and you've seen a number of their players be allowed to walk. So I can't begrudge them. It's a move that fits all parties. And if Mudryk has this Ballon d'Or potential, if really is just behind Vinicius Jr. and Neymar, then for Chelsea, they've got him tied down for 7 years. If he develops develops, he can achieve whatever he needs to develop from a sporting front. And then obviously, you know, like what they did with Eden Hazard, if he wants to try a new experience, they get top money. For Arsenal, need to move on. If you're looking for emerging talents, this guy, to us fans, you know, Arsenal and everyone else had to have, if Brentford wanted to sign him in the summer and Arsenal were interested in last summer, then there had to have been people scouting him from before that. So within the footballing world, he was obviously someone flagging up on the systems and whatnot. But to us as fans, he's someone that's just really come on the scene in the last 18 months or the last few months in particular. Go and find someone else of that remit, because there had to be some, you know, this had to be a reality. The dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. Until it's signed on the dotted line, no matter how much it looks like it's moving along, it hasn't been done really. So we're going to need other targets. As you know, January is a difficult time to do business on the best of days, people. It's a reactive market. We're reacting to injuries. Everybody knows your position is kind of weakened. Obviously, with Arsenal making Mudric their target, you know, their primary target, other clubs that have a player in a similar position are going to, you know, be in a stronger sort of, you know, position, ironically, to command more money. And where Arsenal move from this, I don't know. Hopefully there is other targets. Obviously, the pay's available. Raphinha is available. Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Trossard, you know, going a bit AWOL at Brighton. Zaha links are going to be thrown back in. It is what it is in that regards. We're going to have to get on with it. Is it a kick in the teeth? Yes, but this is something that happens. You know, this isn't just isolated to us. Chelsea were in this scenario with Gabriel Jesus, Raphinha, Richarlison. They had to make things happen. For Chelsea, it looks lit because they're getting Modric. They got João Felix. Maybe that's turned into a permanent if he keeps doing what he's doing, excluding the red card. Obviously, Nkunku apparently is arriving in the summer, and they did go for Enzo Fernandez. But we just hope Modric stinks up the place, is all I could say. But I hope Eddie's got something up his sleeve, man, because I'll give you the luxury until the end of January, as I believe in praising and critiquing people fairly. The last 2 summers we've done well. January we let ourselves down. The market's not sharp. Make something happen, really. There's no point talking about we tried. We can't, like with save wages last January, we can't be talking about we tried. And as good as the players are doing, I'm not even saying to panic, but we need help in it. Football is a squad game, and you're seeing it play a part now with the FA Cup, with the Europa League, and so on and so forth, people. So it is what it is, man. Shout out to Chelsea putting on the money. We'll look at what the tabloids and that are saying, but he's shameless. I hope Chelsea know he'll snake you. Look what he was doing to sign for Arsenal. And I don't begrudge him. Arsenal must have told him, you know what, we're not going to quite put down the P's we're putting down. You're free to do what you want. I don't begrudge Modric for saying, okay, thank you for that. We're keeping it moving. I'm going Chelsea. You're going to earn a lot of money living in London. Transitional period for Chelsea. You're a young player with the best years in front of you. Premier League, all of that jazz. It is what it is, really. You know, you're in London. I'm sure I heard Zinchenko followed you on Instagram. When the dust settles, I'm sure he'll link his Ukrainian broski for a bite to eat and all of that. So, yeah, but make sure you score 1 million goals a game, 1,000 goals per second, because I'm on you. I can't lie. Enemy for life. You got to come, Emirates, as well. We already went Stamford Bridge and dealt with them. So when you're there, boy, if you're playing Benjamin's on the S-housery as well. You see, first 50 seconds, let him know they're there. Let him know you're there, man. If you're really the next name, or let's see what you're really on, because you've made an enemy in life, ain't you? Really, for life, better yet, haven't you? So it is what it is. But for me, all I'd say is other targets, because we had to have been briefed on this. You have to, rightly or wrongly, obviously, if he does well, it doesn't matter. If he doesn't, we laugh at Chelsea. But you have to put down the money. And when players are in high regards, like anyone that's got potential in this day and age, like someone who Arsenal really want, like someone who other teams are interested in, this is something we're going to have to be able to deal with. So hopefully there's a sleeve up Edu's pocket. Hopefully we have enough to keep going. But right now, we can only deal with the players that are there, man. Man are stealing your chains, bro. They're robbing youngers. What happened when we went to Chelsea's block at Stamford Bridge? You saw what we did. Allow it, man. Eddie Nketiah, you know, he done a madness. Stop it, man. Watch. Because if Modric acts up, I'm going to say we did the City thing, like what they did with Cucurella. We hoodwinked them. Make sure he's lit. That's all I'm going to say. Just make sure you're lit. Because you can score 1 million goals. I'll still say someone's better than you. I'm never going to support you. Slap Spurs to cheer me up. Amen, brother. Amen. Questions need to be asked about Eddie if we can get no one. If we can get no one, only time will tell. If Mudric goes and does a madness, we're going to say, why didn't we pay a bit more? If we didn't, like what Arsenal and Chelsea fans are probably saying, Raphinha looks like a bullet dodge. I don't necessarily, on one hand, when you look at Edu people, I think, okay, cool. It's another long projected transfer that hasn't got over the line, maybe rightly or wrongly, for all the talk about wanting to strengthen Arteta's hand with how we've started the season so far. You haven't exactly for one reason or another, it's not got done rightly or wrongly. But at the same time, if Arsenal have principles, what we have heard with that deal is that we're only going to go to a certain point. If that's the variables you're sticking to, that's the variables you're sticking to. But the minute you lot said to Shakhtar, this is our final price, I hope that other targets, we're talking to their agents, we're speaking to middlemen, we're doing what we need to do, because in an ideal world, I would like about two signings minimum. I think you need to address centre mid to some degree. Big up what Xhaka, Partey, and El Nene when playing brings to the table, but relying on really just them three. Shout out Lokonga, but if we're just chasing 3 points and trying to do what we're doing, we can't bet on you at this moment in time. I think centre mid needs to be addressed. Clearly, out wide is an area Arteta wants to go for. We've been linked with many a player, primarily Mudryk in the last few weeks. We didn't get one done in the summer. In an ideal world, I'm sure Mykhailo Arteta would like a left-sided centre-back because we're always linked with one. And right-back has to be an area with Cedric departing, with us being linked with Fresnadar and a couple of young Brazilian lads. So simple as that. Just get other plans in place, whether that is Yeremy Pino, Zaha, Forgando, Torres. Which we've been linked with so many in it, you know. Ideal world would be that Napoli guy who savaged Juventus, but if you're not putting down the piece for Mudric, boy, only Lord knows what Napoli are going to ask for. The dream is free, the hustle is sold separately, as stated several times. Don't let the title of videos fool you. We've got to get engagements and that, people. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, James, man. It's a kick in the teeth. Hopefully he's frauding up the place, man. Seeing Matisse do all these videos and that. Hopefully, you know, he follows on the last guy labeled the 1v1 demon. All I'd say is, Mudric, make sure you develop, because I don't like to be a hater, but I'm not a hater in life. No one apart from you could ever say I am a hater for Mudric. If you play well, I'll be fair, but I am going on record. I am a hater for you. If you don't sign for Arsenal, I hope this is some madness, you know. I mean, to Chelsea's credit, if Chelsea are not going to announce on their website, yo, we're talking to in personal terms and not a problem, if Mudric had, you know, how much willingness did he have to listen? If he said to Arsenal, listen, my heart's set on you, they've said they're not putting down the P's, then it is what it is. But I'm not a hater of anyone in life. But I am for Modric. Every bad touch, I'll be there. I hope it's like the clip that went viral of mine. You know, you got to score a better goal than my intro. I'm onto you. Every bad touch, every loss of form, every paragraph that gets written, especially if you do bad against us. Do you think there's adaptation period when you don't play for Arsenal? You're joining in January. Turbulent Chelsea period. I'm gonna have a field day. Make sure you develop. Make sure you hit the ground running. Because I am a hater for Mudryk. Not that my heart was really set on it, but it's just, for me, it's just, you was doing chatting. Like that, it's just the fact that he was doing talking. Like, it's just the fact that he was doing talking. Maybe he was playing a greater game. He was always going to go to Chelsea. I guess we'll just never know how far or how close this was. But it is what it is. I'm on to you for life. For life. You're finished. Please develop. Because the same way I did about 1 million videos, you know, to be fair, I rate you because you kept the channel alive. You was the only transfer news for a sec. You said it all along, DG. Oh, your comment's gone. Sorry. You said it all along, DG. Until we see him holding the shirt, all this nonsense don't mean anything. Hopefully, we got Raphinha pending. But I can't lie. Raphinha's looking a bit bandulu as well. You know, Modric looks like he can play on the left and the right. Raphinha don't look good on the left-hand side for Brazil or Barca. You're 26, he's 21. I take the problems that I'm saying with Raphinha and the struggling to adapt to football and all of that jazz if he was Mudric's age. All I hope is that there's a replacement, whether you're going for Pedro Neto, Raphinha, this guy, that guy, and the third. Just make sure something is happening. Completely off topic for a second, people. Don't forget we're watching the North London derby together. I'll be live at 3:30. Again, you know, you lot call me YouTube's N'Golo Kante. No. I was watching a video. You lot don't call me YouTube N'Golo Kante for no reason. Just before I came live, people, I made sure I did a condensed version of this video. Where is it? Okay, this is us. Please make sure you've hit the like button on such, people. It helps the engagement. But yeah, carry on with what you lot are saying, man. As long as we've got other targets. And I mean, we heard we wanted both João Felix and Mudryk. There's on that board, like in all or nothing, there should have been Mudryk, João Felix. If João Felix happens, cool. If Mudryk happens, cool. If none happen, we're going here. If this guy acts, we're doing this, because I'm not being funny. We can't really be big up Fabio Vieira, but Fabio Vieira is the only legitimate right wing option, is a bit fugazi, and you didn't really bring him on, Gaffer, against Newcastle, really and truly. You've got Reece Nelson who can't stay fit. You're hoping the usual suspects get back to fitness. Obviously, Marquinhos and the bag of youngsters that are on the bench, big up them, because they've convinced Arteta to a point they can be used, but stick or twist, you're not being used. And Arteta once again has spoken about maximizing windows and things. These problems are not unique to Arsenal or any club. You're going to have to get on with it, really and truly. Smash the like button, people. Next man up mentality. Good luck to him. On to the next, same as that. Raphinha links are easy, though. We wanted to sign him last summer. He's not doing the business at Barca. Is there credibility? The Raphinha thing now, people, is a thing where could you get him on loan with favourable conditions? Fair enough. Even with a buy option. They just spent 55 million on him. Who's going to pay anything close to it? And obviously with Raphinha, he looks like he's two different players on the left and on the right-hand side. You're not taking Saka's spot anytime soon, really. So it's a bit of and you're 26. I do think we should give him until next season. There's an element of relearning, but at the same time, boy, it's a bit crazy. Mudric was in it for the clout. What I don't get is why it took so long for us to move. Not mad about missing out on him. It's the process of how we got here, DG. I hear that. You splashed 100 million on an attacker you don't need. You shot yourself in the foot. Smash the like button, people. Man, on to Todd. Big up yourself, tuned in from Las Vegas. Kelly, appreciative to you. Let the agendas run, man. This is why you don't fly Ryanair. Edu landed at the wrong airport in Poland. Charles, earlier today, we were saying he's in Poland. Personal terms, not a thing. We're talking. And then by the time we're all getting ready to go to bed, Chelsea have bamboozled the whole thing. It's all crazy out here. Smash the like button, people. Keep your opinions coming. Trossard should be snapped up as soon as possible. Big up Trossard. He's a baller in that, but obviously he's been on the scene a bit longer than Modric, but it's almost that Modric. I mean, Trossard's a good player and that he will adapt and that, but it's a bit like what you see is kind of what you get right now, isn't it? And I'm not knocking it. If it happens, it happens. But like Modric's 21 and that, like. We linked with you for time. You was doing the chattings. This is why I'm on to you. Just because you're doing the chattings. Only because he was doing the chattings is why I don't want him to succeed at Chelsea now. If he flops, I'm on to him. Any Arsenal player that clamps him, I'll get you tatted. No, I won't, but it's a good gesture. As a neutral fan, I can't wait till Mudric plays against Arsenal. Mudric is Chelsea fans was always chill. You're moving mad. But Chelsea have been looking to give these 5-year deals. After the way he's been acting, and he does this, nothing beats late night DG. Appreciative to that. Let me scroll all the way up. Well, he's a bizzle, man. I can't lie to you. Because after all, listen, they're not loyal. People are not loyal in life, man. Well, go on, my G. I've been watching Top Boy, so I know some lingo now. Not going to lie, I thought you were going to make a cameo in one of the episodes you acted. And if you was an IC3, I'll be like, oh, what? Not worth 100 mil. I wish the worst for his career. I don't wish the worst for your career. I support you from a human perspective, but nah, man, you have to flop. Someone find a lookalike video of this guy. You know the trending topics of football Twitter. He needs to be ripped. Noni Madueke. Ironically, apparently Chelsea are onto him as well. He's all right, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Eddie, just make it happen. I'm happy I'm not doing Eddie's job, is what I'd say. They can use the funds to get Memphis, Kessié, and Zaha for less than Mudryk. Pardon me. I've gone off the Kessié boil, if I'm completely honest with you. Questions need to be asked about Edu if we get no one. I can't lie. He's got until the end of Jan. And I've been urging patience of things, but boy, Arsenal have to. I mean, let's be honest. It came out via David Ornstein. Arsenal have to have briefed these journalists a long time ago that, listen, this is what's going to happen. We're not doing X, Y, Z over him now. Keep your opinions flying, people. We'll look at the media, at the topics in a second. Like the video, good people, please do that. I don't want to buy players that don't want to play for Arsenal. Is it a thing where he didn't want to play for Arsenal? I don't think he did. It's just Arsenal not putting down the P's, whatever Shakhtar wanted, whether Shakhtar were being unrealistic, whether they were playing hardball, whether Chelsea overpaid. These are all completely different talking points, and you lot can draw whatever conclusions you want. But fundamentally, Chelsea put down the money that was more to Shakhtar's liking. Arsenal didn't. To me, it appeared like Arsenal said, you know what, we've been negotiating for time. This is what we're doing. Shakhtar said, you know what, all right, we'll do that. He's made it clear he wants to join you. Chelsea look like they've moved away for a second. Then Chelsea have said, you know what, we'll do this. They've gave a fancy pitch to Mudric. Arsenal have said, you know what, forget all of that. Mudric's left with this Chelsea offer or staying at Shakhtar, which he made clear he wants this EPL move, keep it moving. But as much as I say that, how close were Arsenal or not? At one point, it looked like Shakhtar were playing Chelsea and, you know, they had the advisors at the game and whatnot, and it looked like it worked. But on the other hand, was Chelsea or was Arsenal on the back burner? We'll never know. And fundamentally, I'll be real, I don't care, because unless Mudric wakes up and says, you know what, it's Arsenal, I'll wait until the summer, it doesn't matter. Mudric's gone Chelsea now, or it appears he does. By the time I finish, I'll probably clip up this video to you know, some of you are probably going to watch this on a rerun. We're live right now. By the time I probably clip this up for my YouTube channel, there'll probably be an update and he'll be holding a Chelsea shirt. But I don't care about that now. Who else are we bringing in? What are we doing? All right, you might not be able to bring in a winger. Can you bring in a forward? All right, we might not be able to bring in a winger or a forward, and it is what it is. Can you get a centre mid? Because anything happens to HIJACK or Partey or El Nene, you have to look at probably reversing and tweaking the system. And the Fabio Vieiras, the Zinchenko's, the Odegaards, the Smith Rowes, if anything happens to them, big up Lokonga. I'd love for Lokonga to step in, and because if he were doing a bit better right now, I might be looking at my club's outlook on centre mid a lot differently. But you're not that you're a loose cannon, but you're a loose cannon. I play you for 5 games. I don't know what I'm going to get. I kind of think I know what I'm going to get with El Nene, with Partey, with Granit, and the rest of them. So, boy, it is what it is. You just have to be reactive. This is a reactive window. Injuries, contracts, players crying over playing time, bust-ups. These are all things of January. If we brought in a winger in January, in the summer, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But we didn't. So, hopefully we learn from last season and we bring someone in. But at the end of the day, who knows? Keep your opinions coming in. We'll get into what the tabloids are saying in a sec. We need to get Trossard quickly. He's linked with Spurs. Not worth 100 million, but Arsenal need to act quickly in the transfer market. But playing devil's advocate with that, and I don't think you're wrong. What players are really quote-unquote worth it? Yeah, you get deals. You know, Cody Gakpo, depending on how he develops, looks quite cheap. You know, there's plenty of them. But the players that are highly sought after, I'm sure every club would say they've probably paid a bit more than they would have liked at the time. So I'm not saying we're wrong for not doing that, but at some point you have to quote-unquote overpay. No, Mudric, his club don't want to sell him for cheap. 21 years of age, this potential is the biggest buzzword you've got this day and age, because we don't live in a day and age of football where you actually have to go out there and prove it for a number of years or for a period. If you play well, not saying it's with Mudryk, but if you play well for 2 games, you're the next, this, that, and the third. Shakhtar have leveraged that. They know the Prem have money. They know Arsenal and Chelsea and probably, and you know, Brentford and Everton last summer all want Mudryk. Play them against each other. I can't begrudge them for doing that, but at some point, we have to probably overpay for a target or two. Not saying necessarily isolated to this case, really. We'll have to see how these develop, but fundamentally, we just need to move on. For me, it's about moving on. Who we move on to, God knows. Raphinha is up for sale, apparently. I'm not really on the ball as much as Raphinha, but, you know, if we did our scouting and Eddie has got a good relationship with Deco, make it happen. Thanks for the content, bro. Was looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this. Which alternatives do you think we should target? I don't know, man, because the ones I'd be saying probably young players with potential, not quite on the level of Modric, but who knows, man. A part of me is open to Zaha. He's 30, Premier League proven. He's not necessarily going to harm the pathway of the next Mykhailo Mudryk that becomes available or something. Obviously, bro, I would love Raphinha. You can't do that, can you? The guys I want, we can't really get. So, as I said, I'm happy I'm not Edu. The thing is, Chelsea think they did something with this. Do they know? I hope it's dead. This is what Deluded meant by the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, but we must run agendas. Bro, it's peak for him. One bad touch, bro. One bad breath, and I'm running agendas. I cannot wait. Run back the Raphinha thing. He was just a baddie. We knew this. Yeah, man. He wasn't ours. He was just our term, man. Once again, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Don't invite Chelsea, man, to your wedding. It's peak Shotgun FC. I always said this. Telemans to cover Partey if injured plus Zaha. I think they're 2 different players, but I get your point in terms of depth, my guy. I'm a Man U fan, but Arsenal might as well have put up the extra 5 million. When are you going back to YouTube live streams? Are we not live right now, man? He's rubbed anyways. I've muted any transfer-related stuff with Arsenal. It's fully money talk. Let's hope Edu is cooking something that will make us happy at the end of the window. Diane, that's all that matters. If he makes something happen, he makes something happen. It's personal, bro. It's personal. It's personal. He made it personal. It's not even to do with Arsenal. I've got a problem with Mudryk. Me, Deluded Good, has a problem with Mudryk now because you was talking. I don't care about the Arsenal-Chelsea thing. I've got a problem with you now. I will take pleasure in seeing you fail. And I feel sick for saying that, but it's the fact that you talked. You're a Bedina. I can't lie. You're actually a Bedina. Like, you were saying sweet nothings. Like, you was chatting. I'm on to you. You got, bro, you better, bro, like I said, you better do a madness. I hope you end up like Chelsea Shevchenko. You're a fraud, man. People need to stop talking about Zaha. He's too whack for this level. Harsh, man. He's up, man. He's up. I can't lie, the Modric deal hurt me. Don't hurt me. I just got a problem with you chatting now. They offered a bigger fee and bigger wages, things, but we moved. Honestly, the price was getting ridiculous. It's about how Eddie responds after this because this could have been wrapped up 2 weeks ago. without knowing the variables, I think that's comment of the live stream. Really, it's that simple. And the key part of that is it's about how we move. It's literally about how we move now. It's done. The Mudric agenda has begun, and I'll be at the forefront pushing it in the name of Lukaku shall fail. There's got to be a reason you played 44 times. Oh, what? We're rating man for ripping Leipzig and Celtic. Okay. Celtic in that. St. Mirren do that. That's dead. He's finished. Because he ripped Leipzig. They play like 18-year-olds and that. It's dead, man. Letting Felix go because of Modric was a priority only for them not to get him is peak. DG, I'm not annoyed at Mudryk. 100 million for 30 Ukrainian games is a myth. Liao Riot, myth. 100 million. 70 million wages on an unproven player. Bro, I'm onto him. He's finished. He's finished. But he just hopping on Sky Sports and bidding for any player on the front page. But if I had his money, I'd do the same. I'd take Elise before Zaha. I'd take that. I can't lie. I'd have to be smoking serious Buddha day. I'm having Zaha. I'm taking a chance on Will Zaha. I can't cap to you lot. I have to be that then. I'm taking a chance on Zaha. He's not my first target. But if you sat there and said, yo, nothing else is happening, Zaha's on it, Palace are talking decent fees, what are you saying, deluded? I'm having Zaha. I'll take Elise before, of course. But Arsenal have never more attracted than they are right now. They got to get someone in. It's crazy. DG, what are you saying on the season expectations? And if there was only 95 million, who do you buy? I don't know for who you're buying. I can't lie. I don't know for who we'd buy and all of those things. But Champions League as a minimum, if you can dream beyond that and make it achievable, make it happen, innit? Nah, man. Brendan Johnson, allow me, man. Don't let desperation fool you. He's Bandulu, man. Don't let Brendan saying Brendan Johnson. I'll hold my hands up if he develops in the future, but like, man. What I take from this is just that Kroenkes are not serious. He gets what he wants because he wants trophies. Can we say the same for our club? Rightly or wrongly, bro. I can hear getting angry with not putting down the P's, but at the same time, if you're saying it's too much money, it's too much. As someone said earlier, it's crucially about how you respond. Someone had a super chat, and that's a shame because it seems to have one sec. Why is it not coming up it normally comes up in here? If you send a super chat, I appreciate that. There it is. Oi, deluded. You reckon Mitoma is a decent replacement? Abraham, love for the super chat, my guy. I can't bring it on screen, but I've been able to find it. Not really. I'll have him. You know, you're seeing what he's doing, but yeah. I'm tight about losing to Chelsea, but this brother wasn't worth more than 60 mil tops. Elise way better than Zaha. A bit too different. I'm having Elise before him. 100%. Lokonga catching strays every shot. I'm not slandering Lokonga, but like I need a centre mid. Modric played only one season with Shakhtar and placed at 100 million. That's insane. It's good we didn't waste money on that stupidity move, even though the guy is talented. Okay. Sacco, come on, man. I'm saying, okay. We don't diss on the internet, man. Fair enough. Can buck in the flesh and do this thing. But anyways, away from that, as usual, no reaction from Arsenal tonight, but Chelsea have put statements out. Chelsea counts, and they have now stolen 2 of our players now. Felix now. Why, mate? They've got all they need as a club. How's this fair? Life ain't fair, bro. Chelsea put down the P's. I can't lie, I'm not saying you are, Derek, but I'm not really with this woe is me thing. This is the dynamic we're fighting against. Everybody knows the Premier League clubs have money. Everyone, you know, they're always putting each other against each other. We know what it is. In an ideal world, we would have had a next thing lined up in case this was an eventuality. Hopefully we do. If we now get to the end of January and we don't have certain signings in, then I hope it works out for us. But as I said, I like to think I praise and critique fairly. You do good things, you get praised. We do silly things and play and win silly prizes. Big up DG, the guy's gone. Now we move. Big match tomorrow. Amen. Double. It's not fair, but this is life. Big up my guy, Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger is everything to me. I think he means a lot more to me than a lot of Arsenal fans, if I'm completely honest with you. He's actually, you know, a big part to RC football. He's my white granddad in that. But one thing I would criticize him for is he was on this crying about FFP. I get it. But at what point are we going to get our hands dirty as well? I'm not even saying we needed to do it today. I'm just speaking in general to humor the point. At what point do you stop crying about what people are doing to you? And like when in Rome, mate, like the Romans, innit? Like, for everyone's fighting dirty, I'm not going to show everyone my hands clean. You might as well get them dirty as well. We have to just get on with it. And this is the reality we're doing. Either get this guy's, you know, again, the first ever time I heard about Modric, like, to my knowledge, Arsenal linked with him in Brentford. Why didn't we find him when Brentford found him and put the P's down? This ain't a thing then. Something Wenger used to do very well, but obviously the dynamics have changed. I've seen many people talking about they're happy we didn't overpay. Our first bid for Mudryk was overpaying. In this DNA, you want the player, put the money down, like the video. I can't lie, it's peak if you don't bang. The biggest issue with not getting Mudryk is that other clubs now know we have money to spend, or do they? Because it's not gone past a certain point, and a regular point of it was made of this articles linking us to Mudryk and these things was, this is our top end. Meaty corn, man. Hey, man, we're just trying to get engaged, man. That's dead corn, bro. I don't give a crap about that. Not my brethren. I'll be there no matter what. Amen. Same with Gakpo, to be honest, and he chose Liverpool. Then you just have to move on. We are embarrassing tonight. We should be asking questions about the Arsenal board. Paul, slow down, man. Slow down, my guy. Chelsea didn't put my chain there, but what? Popping then, bro, Sosa's chain and that. They didn't come for the big dogs. We went to their ends. Trossard is not that great. Another beneficiary of the Brighton system like Cucurella, Bissouma, and Potter. Man said Potter. How can the guy that made the system catch it straight? Fire Eddie. Whoa. Can't wait to see him get slapped by Arsenal in a few months. I remember getting laughed at for saying I didn't want Raphinha. Apparently paying him 200k a week with a 7-year deal. To be fair, if you're giving him a 7-year deal, it's crazy. If we gave him a better contract, it would affect our extension with other players, of course. Trossard is needed 100%. Raphinha is washed up. Yeah, Ash. It's 26. Fabrizio said that once the bid was accepted, Shakhtar said it's Chelsea who stay put till the summer. So, yeah, they don't want to stay till the summer. There's nobody in the market that can replicate Mudric's fit for us, especially at that age. He's just Dan James. DJ, it's funny how Eddie got friends on by... Oh, yeah, you're moving mad. Hey, you're moving fugazi. Shout out, Marcel. I'm surprised to see you live at this time, but money talks these days, bro. Modric was never going to turn down that time of money. He moving mad. I can't say his name, but get him in, man. Would you take Memphis? If the conditions are right, why not, man? Like, bro, we're dying for options, These 7-year deals it's death row contracts, man. He was doing hella twerking when the power wasn't in his hands. Hey, man, they bullied him. They said, if you don't move there, then it's done for you, innit? And he said, you know what? Going Chelsea's better than nothing. I can't begrudge a player for wanting to do that. You don't make the move, it's peak for you, innit? Chelsea makes me laugh. They have too many players in attack. They recruit on all fronts and do it financially. We have to stop. They are recruiting. Yeah, man, they recruit bad guys. Why don't Arsenal bring back Pepe? Because it's not a part of Arteta's plans. Sorry, folks. Because he's not part of Arteta's plans, is it? Like, part of me has thought about that on occasion. Let that be a lesson for us all. Unless they are wearing the shirt with their name on the back and a contract is signed, sealed, and delivered, don't get hyped about any links. None ever. Eddie needs to get moving on signings, though. Leao and Almironho maybe a centre-back. Shout out Almironho, but you just keep beefing Jack Grealish over at Newcastle. If we're going Newcastle, I need to see Bruno Guimaraes. It's nonsense. We have to stop this. Sterling, Felix, Mason Mount, Aubameyang, and others. Listen, my guy, I can't stop Chelsea, you know? Like, it is what it is. We either do our thing because other teams have it better than us. We should have paid the money long time. Yeah, bring Pepe, Balogun, Patino. Let them all stay where they're at this moment. Their 10th brother. 7-year deal. He's doing what he needs to do, bro. Shout out to him. Yeah, apparently he's going to be at Crystal Palace tomorrow. Be a shame if he were Rolly. Who called who a fug? I'm very upset. Crazy. Premier League will hit different, hopefully. He got 7-year guaranteed 250k wages. Can understand why he took it, but can't understand how a club with so much players on their books would offer it. Don't care, just sign the midfielder and the winger and be done with it. This man chose not playing Champions League football over playing it. I like that guy at Napoli, but again, if you ain't got the bread for Mudric, you can forget about that because Napoli, are going to want even more money up front. Ironically, someone mentioned Pepe. Was that not a big reason as to why we got Pepe over Zaha? Palace wanted more up front. Sorry, Leo were more talking. Sorry, apologies. Talking our language in relation to add-ons and all of that. Raphinha for 70 million. Myth. Why would we want to pay? Why pay more, man? I agree with you, bro. I don't support us buying that guy on that ridiculous amount. We have to try our best respectfully. Exactly. And as you keep saying, all I care about is moving on from it. Like, okay, you didn't get him. Chelsea paid what you want. Whether he's a good player or not is a completely irrelevant point from Arsenal now. What are we doing beyond that? As long as Potter is at Chelsea, I fear no Blues, no foundation. If there's Mason Mount, cannot be a pivot of it. But yeah, I just hope Mudryk fails, man. More than likely, this deal happened 2 days ago and only got now. But Arsenal refused to pay what Shakhtar wanted, so move on. Plenty of other wingers. Eddie went to Poland only to find out Shakhtar in Turkey, doing him dirty, man. Where do we go now, DG? I don't know, but I hope Edu and Arteta and everyone's staying up at night. Well, Arteta, you need to go sleep because we got Spurs later. But talking about other targets, I hope Edu's on the phone to other targets and agents and middlemen and the rest of it. At the end of the day, it's put up or shut up, man. All right, man. Laugh. But he who laughs last, you know, whatever the posh saying is, it? But we're gonna be laughing, bro. If we don't win tomorrow, it's going to be a tense week heading into United and the City games. If we lose the derby tomorrow, then questions will be asked. It's a shame, but we could use the money to get Savic or Rice, then Zaha for cheap as a squad player, and still have money for reinforcements. Zaha, they pay Telemans all for under 100 million. Hate Chelsea even more now. We were first linked to him in November. Why weren't we bidding for him then? Seemingly, we took too long on this transfer and got burned for it. As it seems, there was not a big difference between Arsenal and Chelsea's bid for Modric. I think Chelsea's add-ons were easier to trigger and offered more salary. Mudric's agent has played up blinder, mate. Man said Reece Nelson better. Still don't understand all the twerking. If you're just going to go to a rival in 10th place, now you look weird. I mean, his bank account might look weird or whatever, but it is what it is. Put that 95 million towards Rice or even going for Bellingham champs next season. The Porter club will be mad. Done. Limstrong. Luis Enrique. If you're talking about a player, I don't know who that is. If you're talking about the gaffer, he's lit. The board is still haunted by Pepe. Not to blame them wasting half the season trying to negotiate one target. It's not about money. It's the fact Arteta wanted Mudryk and the Kroenkes haven't given him the tools to continue to do his good work. They let him down again. Okafor, I'm saying go for Declan Rice and Zaha or Trossard. The media circus was detrimental to our club's transfer window. Federico, Chiesa or Vlahovic. Zaha for 20 M's and midfielder wouldn't be bad. Just heartbroken for us Arsenal fans. Why can't we get Leao, you mean this month? We're not grabbing him this month, man. AC Milan are trying to get him to sign a renewal. Shout G1, where you been missing? You come back for the bad blindness. Why don't we just pay the money straight up or not bother? How many transfer fees are paid straight up? Man said, I wanted a defensive mid and not a forward, always up there. I don't know about up there, whatever you said there, Todd, but shout out to you for tuning in. Like with the verbal, when did DG say the deal was done? Amen. I'm not judging done. Don't be such a bit, man. You're better than that. Bring back Pepe. Why for that? I don't work for no one, but I support Arsenal. I don't know what you're asking me. DG, I'm not seeing Arsenal bringing anyone this window. I hope not. Sign Leao Musiala. If it was that easy, listen. You don't need to ask me. I'd love to sign them both, but you're dreaming with that one. In my opinion, we got enough youth on the team. Get a couple experienced Premier League players in the squad. Easier said than done, though. Bro, I ain't angry. Just gonna troll Chelsea fans that their new signing wanting Arsenal. See you for that. But he play a career mode made from 4K a week to 200K a week is mad. He's getting like 3 times more in wages than he would have got at Arsenal. Chelsea doing up Heist FC. Whispering sweet nothings in your ear just to tell. Oh, whoa. Hey, chill. I know who Mudric is. Who's about Obama? Obaba? I don't know who that is, man. Chelsea moving, man. I hope they do all of this. The new agenda is they're doing all of this for him to stink up the place. He better listen. Mudric has to score 1 million goals. Chat to me, deluded. Just came home to see your team hijack. Boy, all I can say is we'll hold the L for now, Nick. But make sure he scores 1 million goals a second. We should get Danny Almo. Would be lit, man. Whatever you're saying there. So what's next for Arsenal? Who do we go for? I take Zaha if he's willing to be our X factor coming off the bench. I heard when Chelsea scouts saw the vid of Mudric saying, "Oh, yo, you lot are moving mad." Wait a minute, they had 90 million to throw at Mudric, but they couldn't have thrown the same money at Vlahovic last Jan. Shout the Bajans tuned in. We should sign Zaha. Mitoma is serious. He's under a lot of pressure to perform now. You better ball out when Chelsea play us at the Emirates, because if you don't bang, it's long. Nico Williams can play in a similar system due to working under Luis Enrique. You'll be bad, said OT hours. Let's be honest, 95 million is not that far away from 99.9. I think it's better that we didn't end. It's probably about principles, and that's something Arsenal have shown this season, to be fair. I think it's better that we didn't end up with Mudryk. In my opinion, we only need 2 players who can get for 100k, 1 striker and 1 midfielder, I think. Lokonga on the wings if we don't bring anyone this window. Myth. DG, seeing the new Raphinha links, I'm tired of this ish. Until I see shirts, I don't want to see links. I'm just happy I'm here with you lot having talking points, really. But as usual, the dream is free. But the hustle is sold separately. 170 likes. Can we get to 200, folks? I would take I think you mean Neves or Rice for midfield. Savic and Ivan Toney, we're ready to go. Ivan Toney, Mr. Bet 365, as he bust case for them things there yet. I love the guy, but my problem with Mudryk is not real to our club, bro. But money speaks, we move. Want to swim in the deep water, sharks will be lurking. As you said, DG, just got to move on, adapt, and overcome. Hey, I'm not no accountant, but I don't give a crap about how much he's paid. It always seems like Arsenal only got one target or boss. It's annoying, always trying to save money. We either crumble or move on. The game tomorrow is major. Is FFP even real? It seems like Chelsea has no scouts. They're watching every move of Arteta to build their team. But hey, can you blame them? So, man, on top of the league, allegedly. I don't check the league table. But he ain't trying to hear the sympathies on the get rich or try thing. Exactly, man. And if it works, it works. Time to get serious. Release Raphinha bid. I mean, what you can't do is just move and sign players for no reason unless we believe in them. Love for the super chat. Big up DG. $500 million to fight Brighton and Brentford for the Conference League qualification. Only one real club in London. I'm here for that. Every disappointment is a blessing, I can assure you of that. I hope so, man. The thing is, I'm not even disappointed with Modric. Would I have liked to have signed a player? Yeah, from that aspect, I guess so. But I'm more on the reaction thing. If we don't sign someone by the end of Jan, then that's disappointment for me. People on here just trying to instigate. Come on, man. Nobody sent for these. You guys I hear that myself. Don't understand the people slandering Mudryk. You've got to do what you've got to do in this life. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, Will. But from a footballing point of view, the game's the game. You sign for Chelsea. Excuse me, boss. What team do you support? Settings. Bedino. Nah, I'm not hurt. He's just a pagan now. Simple as that. He ain't done nothing to me personally. I agree with the point about, you got to do what's best for your career. He wants to play in the top 5 league. Go and do that. But when you for life, man. DG, thanks for reading my comment, but we are, let's chill with the laughing stock stuff, man. We're overdoing it a bit, really, with the laughing stock and things. Crucially, we just need to react. Potter is dead in the water. They've got a new manager in the mix. Players ain't going there for him. I take Sterling before Mahrez. He can go. We can get at least 3 players with their contracts running down. That for the same money will help us more. Even if we got Mudryk, would he even play against United or Spurs? Probably. As there's no other young wingers who fit Arteta's system, focus on midfield. Hope Arsenal bring in Osimhen. Now we need him more than Mudryk, says Zed. I only believe if I see him wearing a Chelsea top. They can keep Rice, don't sign him. Tomorrow ain't about that, is it? Come on, huh? Chill with Eddie Slender. Can we move from Atoma myth? Mudryk setting up his family for the future. Can't hate that. As much as I love Arsenal, if Tottenham offered me life-changing money to suit up for them and Arsenal isn't, is what it is. But this guy, does he want to play European football next season? His loss, we move. If the Kroenkes don't show ambition and leave, hand it over to someone who can show that ambition. Raphinha performed quite bad at Barca. Wages so high, not worth it. Let's hope Chelsea lose tomorrow. It is what it is, man. Let's make sure we're getting the likes up. Should be over 200. Appreciate that. Man said, oh, chill the drinking. Look at us pulling up on a miss. We're top of the league, playing the best football we've seen in years. Come on, man. Moaning doesn't get us anywhere, man. So we just need to keep going, man. Are Arsenal going to have to pay full price? Your comments gone. Are Arsenal going to have to pay full prices in this market? Now we have shown the club will pay nearly 100 million for sheer talent, case by case basis. 40 games worth 100 million, overvalued in my opinion. Let's use the funds for 1 or 2 players, says Greg. Fundamentally, as Miles is saying, the game is the game. This team has heart. We need players with heart, not expensive ones. We just need the right players. And fundamentally, you don't always get what you want. Move on with it. We desperately need depth while Gabriel is out. I agree with that. Danny Alma would be lit. Man said in the mud, dead. Man said Anthony Gordon. Is Zaha robust? Hope not. Ralph needs to relearn football now. He plays on the left. I'll take delay. I think you mean the pay. It is what it is, man. Just make sure Mudric gets 1 million goals for you lot running backs. Should we look at what's being said in relation to exactly the tabloids, people? What's the time on the clock? 46:40. Mudric to Chelsea reports. Let's start with actually, people. Again, the morning started off like this. Where are you lot? The morning started off, this morning, Saturday, started off with Fabrizio saying new direct talks will take place in the next few hours for Modric deal. Arsenal discussed with Shakhtar about add-on structure after 70 million euro bid plus 25 million. Arsenal want to get it done as soon as possible. Player insisting 2 personal terms already agreed. Then it firmly turned into Chelsea close to agreeing Modric deal. Chelsea are discussing terms with Shakhtar Donetsk for the transfer of Modric. Should a deal be agreed between the 2 clubs, then the Ukrainian international who can operate as a winger or a forward will discuss personal terms with the Blues ahead of a permanent transfer. Then you also had, Shakhtar's Twitter team saying parties are very close to agreeing on a player's transfer to the club being Chelsea. BBC said Chelsea are close to signing Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk. Chelsea have agreed a fee of 62 million in brackets, 70 million euros plus add-ons for the 22-year-old who was a target for Premier League rivals Arsenal. A Chelsea delegation met with Shakhtar officials who say talks went well. And once again, we've just read the statement that came out with Chelsea. Chelsea agree 100 million euros deal for Mudryk and hijack Arsenal's move for the winger. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Shakhtar Donetsk to sign Mudryk. Chelsea reps, including Director of Global Talent and Transfers Paul Will Stanley, and a senior board member, traveled to Turkey to hold face-to-face talks with Shakhtar Donetsk, where the Ukrainian club are holding out a transfer camp. A deal has now been agreed on a fixed fee of 70 million euros in brackets 62 million, with a further 30 million in brackets 26.5 in add-ons. Personal terms have also been agreed between Chelsea and the 22-year-old, with a 7-year plus contract to be signed. Shakhtar's public position has been they believe Mudryk to be worth 100 million euros in brackets 88 million pounds. They have now hit that price. Mudryk was made aware by Shakhtar directly in the past few days of Chelsea's growing interest in his signature. The feeling around the situation is that both Shakhtar and Mudryk are open to getting the deal done. The quality of add-ons offered by any potential suitor and planned speed of payments for Shakhtar are a priority of the Ukrainian side. Later on, Shakhtar confirmed details of the potential transfer and meeting in Turkey. So we'll have to see how that exactly develops. We did hear earlier today, Arsenal and Shakhtar are still holding talks over Modric, people, and a deal to sign him, people. The outlook is now that Shakhtar have decided whether they will find an agreement around those terms and allow Modric to join Arsenal, which we've seen today that hasn't. The complex negotiations continue, but there is hope at Arsenal that a deal can be done. Obviously, we have seen that change. Modric to Chelsea, here we go. Documents are being exchanged between Chelsea and Shakhtar. Deal will be 100 million euros package, as Ukrainian club always wanted. He's arriving in London tonight. As somebody said, there's rumours that he will be at Crystal Palace versus Chelsea and has his medical tomorrow. Medical test booked on Sunday. Then he will sign until 2023, people. So there you have it, people. Modric is in London tonight and will be at Stamford Bridge on Sunday afternoon to follow Chelsea versus Crystal Palace after his medical test. Pre-contracts have been signed. The official contract will be completed on Sunday. If you're interested in Memphis Depay, Memphis Depay will leave Barcelona in the January transfer window. The decision has been made. He'll try a new experience if all goes to plan. Negotiations with Atletico are ongoing. Memphis is open to joining Atletico, still not agreed between all parties. Once again, Chelsea are discussing terms with Shakhtar for Mudryk. Should a deal be agreed between the 2 clubs, then the Ukrainian international will discuss personal terms with the Blues ahead of a permanent transfer, people. So there you have it. Understand Mudryk is now on a plane to London. His future enters into key final stages as Chelsea have offered contract valid until June 2023. Chelsea hope to get it sealed this weekend. Arsenal keep their position. Bid made to Mudryk won't change, people. So there you have it, really and truly. And so, yeah, he's flown. Bid's been agreed. Personal terms have been done. He's flying. It is what it is. We've been linked with Yunus Musa. He's expected to stay at Valencia until the end of the season, but they understand Chelsea have been tracking him for a long time alongside Inter Milan and Arsenal, but a summer move is the most likely solution. Smash the like button, people. So there you have it. You know, things have escalated really quickly and it's not done until it's done. Simple as that, really. Further confirmation of such people. Again, shout out Arthur and Konku, who's going Stuttgart in Austria or in the Austrian Bundesliga. Apparently, Ben Jacobs said, people, very fast moving. Chelsea hijacked for Mudric, who is now on his way to London. Chelsea chose to meet Shakhtar's €100 million valuation, with co-owner of Shakhtar being advised that face-to-face meetings with Shakhtar president was essential. Modric has verbally agreed to personal terms and a deal until summer 2020, summer 2020, 2030, better yet. So this tells you, people, as I was trying to allude to, that personal terms are not an issue. But only after asking whether Arsenal would match Chelsea's offer. Arsenal's advancing talks overlapped with Chelsea's hijack. Arsenal made it clear they wouldn't pay €100 million. And this has been relayed to Mudryk. Mudryk hasn't U-turned and just picked Chelsea over Arsenal. He's agreed to Chelsea over staying at Shakhtar. Always said he wanted a winter move and the EPL, English Premier League, of huge appeal. Chelsea made a very strong and quick pitch, but it's important to note Mudryk's dream move has been Arsenal throughout. Not really, because Chelsea have agreed to it, and it's irrelevant. You know, you think half of these players that end up at half of these clubs had the dream to play for these clubs. If they did, great. It's reality. You got a job to do, really. Less emotion has to be put behind it, if anything. It just became apparent in the last few hours, and with two suitors, only one would give Shakhtar what they wanted. Also crucial to not just look at two offers numerically. Chelsea's bid is higher and with a better structure, so more complex than Arsenal, just adding a few million. Remember, they had a top-end valuation regardless of Chelsea that still wouldn't match what Chelsea offered. Has there been any update on this? Not really. But apparently on Shakhtar's end, they expect to announce official confirmation of Modric to Chelsea as soon as tomorrow. Chelsea, on the other hand, are already teasing it, including adding Modric's handle to their Instagram bio. So it's done in it. And actually, they're playing to it on social media as well, people. So there you have it. The Modric case, which has been a long dragged out saga, is a myth. Told Arsenal's latest bid was closer to 85 than 95 million euros, and that gave Chelsea a window of opportunity to offer a big upfront fee and gettable add-on. So again, you might have to place that at the feet of Edu if you'd believe that. This is another example of Chelsea's board backing Graham Potter. In the end, Chelsea's offer for Mudryk is actually higher than the bid for Enzo Fernandez. And once again, things are moving fast. Chelsea have booked a medical and believe they have won the race. Apparently, Paul Will Stanley is key to hijack links. So that's that, in it, really. You know, that's that, in it. And apparently, Chelsea have also made a verbal proposal to sign Noni Madueke. I don't know if that's going to tempt them to keep going for him or Marcus Thuram or anything. It seems like they'll buy everything, man. It's like the kid in the sweet shop that mum was going to buy them everything, innit? It's not one or the other. Or, you know, when you go with your mum, you have to just pick something and stop wasting time before you get told to come out the shop. Chelsea don't have that reality, people. So we'll have to see, man. DG, do you think Teta will get us over the line? I hope so. I can't predict the future, man. We just need to keep doing what we're doing and just keep working hard, and we'll see where that takes us, my guy. But for now, that's that where the transfer links are concerned. The media have hyped this transfer up. Chelsea know we're a problem, so jumping on our potential transfers. Don't know if it's just that. I just saw Danilo from Palmeiras going to Forest. Actually, Fatty, please, but the dream is free. The hustle is hidden somewhere we can't access. Edu ain't going nowhere. I don't know. I hadn't asked for Eddie to go anywhere, but yeah, man. 100 million is mad. Whatever way you look at it, the pressure that comes with it is crazy, and it's not us to deal with. Even if we sign no one, it ain't that deep. I wouldn't say it's that deep, but at the same time, it is. Apparently, we're in for Raphinha. Until people are signed myth to pay to Arsenal, need to see, man. Rah. That's sounding mad racist. What are you doing? Yeah. He's moving through gay. You're moving mad there. Hustle is exactly sold separately. 200k a week, they ain't paying Modric. They're paying Modric. They're getting rid of both wingers, so they would go for both. We have players on that area. We need a striker like Ivan Toney, and we need to strengthen the midfield. That's it. We need to buff up the squad. The funny thing is we don't seem to have a plan B. I hope we do, man. It's a robbery. We have play. Right, stop spamming, please. We get the point. If Nkunku deal is not 100% sorted, let's go. Apparently it is. He's a Chelsea player in June. Is there a rule you can't play for more than 2 clubs if we wanted Raphinha? I mean, has he played for Leeds this season? Well, has he played for Leeds as well as Barcelona this season? If he hasn't, then he's all right. Aubameyang has technically played for Barca and Chelsea. Exactly. I mean, let's just, as I keep saying, as long as Eddie's got a plan, then that's enough in it, really and truly. If you haven't got a plan, that's the issue. And if not, then we're going to need to stand on our guns like last season where we didn't sign anyone. I don't have an idea, man. Wish I did. Apparently, Chelsea have posted a goal of Mudric on Instagram, and Moses Caicedo has liked it. He's also been linked with it. Marcus Thuram, Werner, and Felix are among the players to like 433's Instagram post about Chelsea's agreement to sign Mudryk. So, I mean, these players must know something. Absolutely crazy. Apparently, Chelsea presented their project to Modric and told him he would be a star immediately. Modric said yes. Apparently, Fabrizio Romano said, if you want me to tell you a secret, the deal is actually 99.9 million euros, 87.7 total packages, but in reality, 100 million euros, and he'll sign until 2030. Graham Potter allegedly urged the club to go and get Mudryk. Apparently, earlier this week, Chelsea looked at a low-cost loan deal for Mikel Antonio. Crazy. So, yeah, man, Chelsea stole both our targets, boy. Grinch, you stole Christmas, but we're just going to have to get on with it. Crazy. Hopefully, he doesn't change their reality, people, but if he does, fair enough. Yeah, just going to have to get on with it now. DG, do you think that Mudryk will change his mind? No, it's done, man. Makes sense to go back to our plan A, Raphinha. Now, I wonder what this Chelsea project is because Felix jumped on it as well. What is the plan, though? I don't know. With the way Patrici hustled us for Vlahovic and the way Chelsea done us for now, it just seems Edu is very amateuristic. And some might even point towards cancelling contracts and obviously other failed pursuits. But is what it is, man. Deluded, who is your top 4? I don't know. The only team I'd bet money on at this moment in time to say be in the top 4 would be Man City, regardless of what my team or Ten Hag or Eddie Howe or Cole are doing, people. Really. Don't forget, tomorrow we are obviously still watching Tottenham Hotspur against Arsenal. At the end of the day, we'll just have to deal with transfer news or anything that goes beyond transfer news with a bit more credibility when it happens. We're just going to have to deal with things from a football in front. Chelsea loving death row contracts. To be fair, it's a position of strength because if he signs a 7-year deal, we'll obviously sign a renewal. But if Mudryk does what's projected of him, they've got a 7-year contract, really and truly. Still, I do think this is a shocker for the club. We probably won't see any movement until deadline day. I don't have a clue what happened to FFP. You'd have to ask someone that has a clue on how you actually, how that's actually able to even work. Is that even a thing anymore? Really, clubs are able to get past that. We either get with them or not. Or find players that fit our remit. Oh, yeah, chill. When he sits with these experienced dons, they look at him like a little man. We can't be having an inexperienced guy for a job. I mean, Eddie's not going nowhere, rightly or wrongly. Really. And I'm not even saying you're right, because Eddie's done all right this season, but he's become sporting director. He's just going to have to learn. Same way Arteta learned. And on the football field, he's making things happen. He's just going to have to learn. Simple as that. And actually just find plan Bs. You find plan Bs, no one cares. Everyone's happy as hell. But it is what it is. This had to be a factor. You either get it done quickly, so that 1st of January it's been tied up, or, you run the risk of this happening. And every day that this deal's spent not being done, Chelsea were always going to get involved in it, or someone else could have been involved. If there's a room forever, Chelsea were clearly audacious enough to even ask the question. Because if they sat there and believed that, oh yeah, his heart is set on Chelsea, he probably would have Arsenal. He would have ended up at Arsenal. But they said, you know what, we'll try. Some other clubs might say, do you know what? We don't care about you offering more. We want Mudryk to get his dream. Shakhtar said, nah, you either do this Chelsea thing or you stay in Ukraine until the end of the season. He said, you know what? I am moving to London. I'm doing this and the other. Arsenal weren't prepared to go beyond a certain point, rightly or wrongly. The world keeps moving, innit? Keeps spinning, better yet. 7-year deal is a win-win for the club either way. No man waiting to run down their contract if Ish hits the fan after a couple of seasons. We should have paid the extra 5 million if it's our target. It's embarrassing, or we should have just walked away. Can't either in the market, especially with good young players. As you said, DG, United learned that with Gakpo. We just learned it with Mudric. Can't differ. We need oil money. Chelsea is winning tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is a win 3-1. I hope so, bro. Arsenal must strike back tomorrow and this month. Arsenal been embarrassing today. I mean, it's nothing really to do with Arsenal directly. Chelsea have just won giving him the project. I wouldn't say Arsenal have embarrassed themselves. Is it concerning that we've missed out on a target? Does it make you think about where do we go from here? Yeah, but all this embarrassing and this guy gets sacked and that guy gets sacked. I think people are overdoing it, if I'm honest with you. And again, same way when we've done good things in January last season, whether getting players gone or not bringing in certain players or failing to bring in players, or it's a mixed bag or not. Last 2 summers we've done all right and you get praised. If you do not do certain things in January and there's a knock-on effect and we look back at the end of May, this May coming and saying what could have been, have we learned from last year, then naturally there's questions. But calm down, man. I'm not even saying calm down for the sake of it, like I'm saying anything's going to happen, because I don't know, but just calm down, man. Like, in hindsight, it clearly wasn't as close. 40K a week. Eddie needs Saki. Oh, chill. I can't lie, Chelsea have effed up the market. We are top of the league and whining about a 22-year-old backup attacker who's relatively unknown. Let's move on. Tomorrow is the North London derby. Chelsea can't keep doing this and giving everyone 7-year contracts. We move on. Just reached EG, shaking my head. Believe this is a typical slack Arsenal board and owners. Arsenal board and owners need to get rid of this mentality, but it is what it is. What are your thoughts? Only been here and over an hour offering my thoughts. We just need Milinkovic-Savic, and that's it. Yeah, man, they've got him. Why do Chelsea always go after Arsenal players? Jesus, Raphinha, Mudryk, Felix. To be fair, everyone was after half of those players, man. Who doesn't want good players? I'm here for slandering Chelsea, but I'm not going to... I don't quite really think it's a thing where they're just sitting over our shoulders and seeing who we're getting. If anything, we should be doing the same thing. How many times have I literally sat here and saying we should be looking at players just because other people are looking at them? Do your scouting and see if they're good or not, but it is what it is. It's like if we go over to France and go and watch the 3rd division and Chelsea or Spurs hear about it, they're going to go and look at it, people. And to be honest, just as we've been speaking about this, like clockwork, but to be fair to this Raphinha thing, it seems like them, based on the fact that it's not just on some shoddy page 10 on Google, it's on the Evening Standard, which the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately, people. Arsenal relaunch bid to sign Barcelona star Raphinha after losing Modric to Chelsea. Gunners ready to relaunch move for summer target as Chelsea land Modric. I mean, but they just spent 55 million on him. Unless they're going to, give that up or give him on loan or something or give us a discount, why not? And his inability to play on the left, obviously you can be stronger on the right. There's issues. A lot of what I'd expect to see someone of Mudryk at 21, 22 now, wouldn't kind of want Raphinha to kind of be answering these questions at 26, but it's better than nothing. If he does have a good relationship with Edu, if we did want him in the summer, make it happen. Edu Gaspar has made contact with Raphinha's agent Deco over a possible January move after Chelsea successfully hijacked their bid for Mudric. The Gunners have begun looking at alternative options after seeing their 22-year-old primary January transfer window target move to Stamford Bridge on Saturday. The Ukrainian international will have a medical on Sunday after agreeing an £88 million switch. It has led the Gunners are looking for, I think it means it probably means it said the Gunners are looking for alternative options in attack to boost their attack. Raphinha, who both Chelsea and Arsenal tried to sign in the summer, could be available by Barcelona after an indifferent spell following his £55 million move from Leeds. Both London clubs were keen to sign the Brazil international in the summer, and Arsenal have continued to monitor his situation through Edu's excellent relationship with Deco. We was his third choice, though. He wanted Chelsea because they provided Champions League, and obviously Barca was his dream. Mikel Arteta is keen to add a forward who can help guide Arsenal to win the Premier League title as they sit 5 points ahead of Man City at the top of the Premier League with a game in hand. The North Londoners are particularly keen to boost their options after losing Gabriel Jesus to a knee injury at the beginning of December. The Gunners boss offered an update on Jesus ahead of the derby match away at Tottenham, and Sunday he's said he's progressing very well. He's working really hard. He's in the right place in his recovery regarding the time that we set for him, but he's still a bit far away to be back. I would like to see him very quickly, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to have to be patient. With every surgery, there are lots of things you have to be very cautious with, especially in the first few weeks. He's going to push everyone there to be on the pitch really soon, but we have to be cautious as well. Fair enough, people. But like absolute clockwork, you've seen that. If that's a tonic for you lot, obviously, seeing us lose out on Mudryk, people. Apart from that, it's worse, isn't it, really? Once again, Mudryk is in London and Chelsea are doing the madness. So, yeah, man. Once again, we've still got interest in Raphinha, but it is what it is, man. No matter how anyone tries to spin it, spending 100 million euros installments and not on a winger who's desperate to join another club when we have other pressing areas, centre mid, right back, and striker is clueless and obsessed. Hope that tweet rings true, man. But you know, Mudric. This will be I'm going to cut up some clips from this, but this will be the last we speak on you, man. I'd like to say thank you for Mudric for providing some content for us, really, on our platforms. But apart from that, it's a myth. We don't need another winger. We need a striker and a centre defensive mid / centre mid for cover for Partey. Chelsea offering 100 million for an unknown player is ridiculous. We should sign Zaha and Milinkovic-Savic. Edu needs to fix up. These man plan for Jan, so we'll see. Did Zinchenko unfollow Modric? Who knows, man? There's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you don't set a limit, you fall for anything. Amen. Learn to stick to what you believe in. 100 million is too much. Come on. Kudos, Kessier, Al solve so many problems, do they? Big up DG. Decent player from what I've seen, but 100 million is a lot for an unproven player. Everybody hit the follow button. I don't give a ish about Mudryk, not going to lie. Just annoyed we wasted 15 days. Really think it was more down to Chelsea offering the higher wages and the possible fallout with young players that are signing new contracts. Really? What else have you got? Interesting talking points. We need a big club mentality. I mean, Arsenal to a degree can't win because if we spent 100 million, a lot of what's being said about unproven talent, people would say we'd panic. So as long as there's a backup, who knows? Raphinha has stunk the whole season. Raphinha is the truth. We kind of need a backup right mid more than left wing. Yeah, because we seem stronger over on the other side. Looks like panic stations to me. What's wrong with trying to grab Zaha? I swear Anthony got more goals than my man. I mean, they said they wanted a fee close to Anthony and Grealish, and indirectly they've got that, innit? Fair play to the board of Shakhtar. The only one stressed today to a degree are us. Chelsea will go back for Raphinha. I mean, they're signing 1 million attackers, but even them. Wait until Chelsea get all their players back from injury. That is the other reason Reece James, Chilwell, Sterling, Mendy, Fofana, Pulisic, and Kante, who are all stars. I mean, that's Chelsea's problem, man. Raphinha meaty. Raphinha is a pressing monster. All this Mudryk hype. Chelsea are trying to save face after their loan. Felix made a mockery on his debut. To be fair, he done well into that yellow. This guy could be another Pepe under pressure of a huge price tag. Not signing him could be a blessing in disguise. Let's hope so. He wanted to join Arsenal and he was literally twerking for us, but he's a sideman and went to Chelsea instead. I think we should go all in for Yeremy Pino. I've listened to Fabrizio about the situation, and based on what he's saying, it sounds like some crazy deal goes on behind the scenes. We got outbid. Simple. That's 100 M's in the summer would have set a bad precedent for Arsenal, like when United signed Maguire. Could sound desperate at the moment, but would rather Danjuma over Raphinha. Crazy. Top of the league problems, mountain problems, man. Why don't we test the waters with Mitoma? Not too sure on that. Not too long ago, no one heard of Mudryk, and now people talk like he's the GOAT. Amen. Bring back Balogun and Pepe. That's it. Would you take Ferran Torres? Well, yeah. Danjuma is in England signing for a club. Yeah, we saw that on The Athletic. Apparently, him and his agent are trying to find a loan home. We've got 260 likes. If you've hit the like button, appreciative for such people. Means a lot. And if you're on Twitch, appreciative, especially because it's stupid o'clock. Bring Mbappe. This just makes me want to play Football Manager again, folks, if I'm completely honest with you lot, man. But Arsenal just going to have to hold that, man. Simple as that. Don't forget, we're watching the North London derby tomorrow. Smash the like button if you can't already. Don't you think Chelsea did the worst mistake getting rid of Tuchel? I mean, it looks like it, you know. But who knows, man? I don't back Graham Potter, but I think he'll come good. I hope not, but I think he'll come good. We have Gabby and they have Sterling. He's not worth 100 million to us or Chelsea. Am I missing something? Who should we get? DGV? I wish I had a clue, man. I don't, man. I don't. We're just going to have to see what we're able to do, really. Is there any other Arsenal news? Hopelessly. Come on, man. Tell us Messi wants to sign for us and Neymar's coming as well. Just North London stuff. Raphinha. Oh boy, at least in the next few days, we're going to get linked with a whole host of other profiles. So the content makes itself and the talking points makes itself, people. But fundamentally, the dream is free. The hustle is unfortunately sold separately. Until things are signed on the dotted line, Don's are out, London Coley, anything's up for grabs. I mean, if he plays similar to Mbappe, we're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how similar you really are to Kylian Mbappe now, aren't we? Almost at 300 likes, people. 289. We're very close. Just going to have to see how similar to Kylian Mbappe you really are now. If you really are that similar, let's see what you're on. Simple as that. Because now the agenda's after agenda. I'll get what I can at this point. We got Smith Rose basically looks like a scrawny or Mudric and he's back soon. I hear that. But we do need depth. Yeah, man. Levi Cole had a good game, man. Another one that should get a chance at Chelsea. I'm just sad we wasted 2 weeks with this guy, but we move. Hopefully, we have a contingency plan in place. Maybe I'm naive, but I don't think Raphinha is unattainable, as some say. 18 months left on his contract. Wages are doable, and we can attract him with our project. He said he watches us. The Modric money would land him. It could. But it all depends if AC Milan stick or twist, and they're still trying to accomplish whatever they're accomplishing for the season. There will be an element of overpaying, and you'd need him to play the game a bit. Maybe if Mudryk kind of did what Anthony did to get his move away from Ajax to Manchester United. Maybe if he did that a few weeks ago, it would have been all right. I agree, though, in that unfortunately, you know, we've just wasted a couple of weeks, but hopefully there was things, you know, because clubs can get things going off in the back burner. Let's hope things happen, really. So the club has my luxury till the end of the window. If not, then we have a conversation. It's late and you're still working. Pure dedication. One love, DJ. Appreciate that. Ahmad is clear. If we don't now drop 70, 80 in the market, we would be upset. We just need the right players. I don't know, man. I think Mudric was promising, but he's not worth 100 million. We know the market is broken, but it shouldn't justify us breaking the bank with this guy. Look at Anthony, his price isn't justified. Reward price for the Jacaro, not the Jacaro, but could bring him in. Big up yourself as well. Liao is a dream. I'm not trying to get fooled again. We'll just have to see, man. We will have to just see. 311 likes. One love in advance for doing that, folks. Appreciative for you. Look, we'll just have to see. What other fallouts are there, man? I mean, we've been linked with Yunus Musa, if that helps. Yunus Musa, Depay, Raphinha. But it's easy to link us with Raphinha because it's not working at Barca, because Barca look like they need money and because obviously there was a long-standing interest. I wouldn't sit here and just blame Edu. The only problem I'd look at Edu is now as if there's no other plan. Because having Mudryk or bust is shown with Odegaard and a couple of players it's worked. Sometimes it don't. Pardon me. Just been blown out the water. The only thing I would say is maybe if we got this deal completed a bit quicker or moved at a sooner pace, Chelsea before they even had the thought to come back in, it could have been done. That's the only thing. And as I said, the backups that were what we're now going to do at this point. We missed out on Modric. Wish him all the best. It is what it is, really. Obviously, if he goes and lights up the scene, it looks like we missed out. If he doesn't, who cares? But again, contingency plans. Nearly a 90 million on a boy who's not even started 40 games in Ukraine. No matter who got him, this is destined to be an L. This is going to be Anthony Martial 2.0. Bit harsh to get a Martial like that, but 44 appearances for Shakhtar, you know, in all comps. 8 caps for his country. It's great on him. Let's hope it all works out. In a bit, my dude. I hope Chelsea in the league finish 10th place. We never should have let Giroud go these years ago. He wouldn't have a problem now. He's a goal scoring machine. Adam, I wish I had a point. Onan is decent, but he's not going to leave Everton anytime soon now, is he? So we're going to have to see how these things develop really and truly, man. To stay up to date with DG when he goes live, follow him on Twitter. Amen. Don't forget, I'm going to keep saying it until I'm a broken record. It is Spurs against Arsenal tomorrow. Just turn your notifications on and smash the like button. For a more condensed version of everything I've got to say regarding Mudryk, people, there's a link here in the chat. There you have it. As usual, appreciative to everyone who was at my watch along earlier for Man United City. We are probably going to watch El Clasico tomorrow night as well, people. I mean, Chelsea can build a strong team, but everyone should be building a strong team. If you don't want competition, you don't need to leave the Premier League. If Arsenal had no ambition to build a strong team, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing under Arteta. United, what they're aspiring to do under Ten Hag. Pep and City for what they've built. Newcastle for what they're trying to achieve collectively now. Spurs on the basis of having Jose and Conte and going about it the wrong way. If Chelsea weren't trying to build a series, well, you're spending 100 million on someone with 44 appearances. Competition is the Premier League. Before it was a top 4, then it's a top 6. Soon it's going to be a top 10. Maybe in 20, 30 years, Spurs will win a Premier League title, God forbid, or we'll get into a scenario where every team can get promoted and relegated as the riches of the league, go in. Because if Modric didn't explode on the scene like this, he was probably going to go to Brentford for 40 million or Everton. First 2 teams I saw linked with him when we was doing these articles. So who knows? And then in 18 months, there'll be a next one. There's always a next one. You look at Napoli, they moved quick. And it came out with that Georgian lad that they've got, that savage Juventus the other day, that he was offered around to several Premier League and European clubs for 10 million. I bet they wish they could go back in time. Prediction for tomorrow, hopefully 2-1 Arsenal. I can't not predict an Arsenal win, innit? You have to go with your club. It's a North London derby, man. The only derby that kind of lives up to it in the Premier League. And obviously, with the context of the next 2 weeks for a lot of clubs, Spurs have Man United, Man City, and us. We've got Arsenal and Man United. Man United pulled off a great result against City today. Obviously, Newcastle not going away. Mathematically, Spurs are not too far apart, regardless of their form and their narrative. So it's an important week. Obviously, even next week, you got Liverpool, Chelsea as well, both next to each other in the table at this moment in time of making this vid. I mean, I hope not. Competition is not only on the field of play. Amen. Obviously, it's how you do business as well. Why do you think you see City have a City group and the numerous things that they're doing? So we'll just have to see how these things develop. I trust the manager with the personnel, so I'll back whoever we get in or are left with, even if it's just relying on Nelson or Lokonga. The Premier League is the most physical compared to other leagues. Mudryk may not have the time and space to run. Boy. 200k a week is crazy for an unproven kid from Ukraine based on a couple of Champions League games. Smith Rowe's a great option off the bench. We definitely need a signing before Man United. They're slowly creeping up to us. We'll have to see. 72 million in wages over 7 years. It's kind of, bro, it's crazy. I can't begrudge it, man. Am I getting paid? YRN, bro, it's counting up, bro. Generational wealth. Are you mad? Hey. Football's a lovely game, man. It is what it is. But on that note, though, people, we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to shower, eat, and go to my bed, man. Mudric, it is what it is. Don't forget, people, tomorrow we'll be watching Spurs against we'll be watching the El Clasico, Real Madrid, Barcelona after that, but we'll be watching Spurs against Arsenal. It's North London derby settings. I'll be live at 3:30 an hour before kickoff, people. Again, appreciative for all you lots, talking points, support of our platforms, etc., etc. If you want more of my condensed views in relation to Mudryk, then there's a link. Hey, Roy, thank you for tuning in, man. Don't forget the prediction poll on the stream tomorrow. Last time it wasn't there. We drew against Newcastle. Maybe I'm paranoid. Won't do that, man. If you're on Twitch, you can re-raid. Surely Matisse is online or something. Probably still jizzing over this, people. So we'll have to see what happens in that regard. No one appears online anymore. So, yeah, man, I'll leave you lot to cool off with this, people. Appreciative for you lot's talking points and all of those sort of things. Without you lot, it'd be boring. It's been a massive day for me. We watched the Manchester derby. Some of you played Football Manager with me on Twitch for however long that was for. Obviously, I've done a video with the condensed Modric stuff. So yeah, man, I'll see you lot all for the North London derby, man. It's a shame, but we're just gonna have to get on. I'd love to trigger Enzo Fernandez's release clause, but you need big racks for them sort of things there. You don't put down the racks, it's a myth. On that note, you lot stay safe, stay blessed, stay in good spirits. One love for everyone who's turned on the notifications, hit the like button, etc. Yeah, man. I'm out, man. Someone rise up when Mudric's done this. Mudric signed for Chelsea. Mudric costs 100 million euros. I ain't seen this. I'm on the left hand side like you, mate.
He always is that active red light, defending. I think it's like. He always is that active red light, defending. I think it's like. Trossard!